Okay, we just got back from the grocery store, and I'm gonna just show you a little of the things that I like to keep for the week. Just know that I'm new at this, and so I'm sure that what we keep in the house will evolve as my journey evolves. And I know a lot of y'all probably don't like, processed foods and different things, but I'm not about that life, so no judgment, okay? Okay, well, first of all, this is for the boy, so. And then Justice also likes these, but I like these every now and then. I know that they've $190 for both of the bars. It's a good snack. I like to get these Jimmy Dean Delights for when I don't feel like making eggs or breakfast. They're perfect for grab and go on the way to work. 15 grams of protein. These are the egg white and turkey sausage. Let's see here, 290 calories for a sandwich. So, not too bad. This is the rice I like to make as a side for when I'm just making like a meat and some veggies, just to be more filling. I usually do like a 1/4 cup or a 1/2 cup, depending on what I'm eating. So it's usually around 150 calories for a serving, what I get. And then when I just make a side of rice, this is what I use. So you'll see me use this a lot. I like it. And then these are the popsicles that I've talked about a little bit. I like the strawberry, but there's all kinds of different flavors. Justice likes the lemon ones, but it is 120 calories for 2 bars. So sometimes I'll do 2 bars throughout the day, but mainly I just do 1 for 60. It's a perfect sweet treat when I'm wanting something. These are Michael's. He loves Asian food. And then this is for Michael, cran mango, 5 calories. And then Justice likes just the regular cran grape. We've got some milk here, Michael's coffee creamer. We had to get an onion for one of the meals I'm making. I like these Cosmic Crisp, and that's a great snack. So I just put a bag of those and I'll throw one in my work bag. Always get bananas, love them. We tried this chicken fajita mix. It was pretty good. 140 for 1 serving, so you could do 2 or even 3 servings. Mix it with some rice, make a bowl with some salsa, put a little cheese on it, or you could put it in tortillas and like make extra fajitas. We've not tried the steak yet, but we saw they had steak, so we're gonna try that. Good. And I like these little skillets. My favorite is the garlic chicken, but they also have a cheesy ranch that's really good. And it's so easy. And I think the whole bag is like 600 calories. So, serving, 220, and that's 1 2/3 cup. So you could have like 2 servings for a whole meal. I like to keep my meals around like 500 calories. So, because that gives me 1,500 calories just for meals, and then a couple 200 to 300 calories for snacks throughout the day. So, like I said, I'm not counting my calories yet, but when I do, I think I'll be around 1,750, 1,800 calories a day. Sorry, I just cooked, so my stove's a mess. Then chicken broth and beef broth for what have you. And then Justice likes seasoned Uncrustables. And then I was going to show you all a couple things that I just keep on hand in my pantry. I do beef jerky teriyaki, 240 calories for the bag. I usually don't finish the whole bag, but sometimes I do. But it's a good option. And then I ignore that. That was dug out of my arm the other day. I like these Lux mixed nuts. Remember, they are high calorie, 270. But when I'm hiking and stuff, or sometimes I'll just eat one of these with fruit for breakfast. Oh, but I love these. And they have really good healthy fats in them, so don't sleep on those. And then just some roasted almonds. They're not as high in calorie. 170. I mean, still not low in calorie. And then I like these Kind bars. This is what I had for breakfast this morning. I get the dark chocolate coconut, and it's like 190. for a bar, which isn't bad for breakfast. I had that with some fruit. What else? Sometimes I'll do on work days where I can just take this and go, and I usually eat some fruit with it. So that's a good option. I love this soup, chicken and homestyle noodle. It's $2.30 for the whole can. So good. And then I like pickled okra. I use that for snack. Sometimes I'll just do pickles. I love me some grits. I'll do grits and toast. You can see all my rices. Pretzels, I like to dip those in mustard. We do hamburger helper. I think that's all. Oh, for my coffee, I usually do just vanilla, but this is a skinny mix. I've not tried it yet. I'm gonna finish the one I'm using now, which is just my regular, and then I'll try it. So yeah, this is just what we eat most of the time. Okay, see you soon, bye. Okay, so the topic or theme of this video has kind of been nutrition. So I did a small grocery haul, and then I'm gonna show you my meal prep for the week. And this is me preparing my side. So I'm doing a head of cabbage, and I'm cutting up just roughly chopping an onion to put with it, and then I add some garlic, I use squeezed garlic, and then I usually put salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, Italian seasoning. Yeah, I think that's all. And then I use chicken stock, and then I just do a rough chop of we kind of like the cabbage cut kind of smaller, and then I just do like a slow simmer for as long as I want until I get the cabbage to the consistency that I like. Oh, and it's usually really good. We love some cabbage. Okay, I'll post the original video below, but I changed it up a little bit. So I did like 7 boneless, skinless chicken breasts. And then for the veggies, I did mushroom, carrot, celery, onion, and squash, yellow squash. And then I did double the au jus packets. It only called for 1, but I did extra chicken and a lot more veggies, so I doubled it up. I always add more veggies if I can, just to make it more filling and have more nutrients in it. So I love to do that. And then you'll see after this that it calls
for ranch seasoning, and I just measured it out because I didn't have any packets. We use it a lot, so we buy the containers. And then it called for pepperoncinis, but we just did mild banana peppers. That's what we had, and they were sliced, so we put in some of the juice. I think it calls for 2 tablespoons, and then she did like 5 peppers, but ours were sliced, so we just kind of layered them in there. And then Michael's helping me here because I couldn't open the jar, so then he just kind of took over the peppers. And then we add, it called for 2 cups of chicken broth. I think I did like 3 cups since I had more volume. And then after we do the chicken broth, we do a cornstarch slurry, which thicken it up really nice. And then you'll see me mixing it up with the cooked rice. The original video showed 2 cups of cooked rice mixed in it, but I had already made my meal preps because I like to measure out how much rice is in each meal prep container just to get in the habit of it, so that when I do start counting macros that I can be more precise. So I did a 1/4 cup of rice for each of my containers, and then I measured out 2 cups of the mixture to go on top of it. And then I had the cabbage and onions as the side, and I did like 2 servings of that just to fill me up because I stay hungry. So that was my meal prep, and it was really good. I think that I put a little too much ranch in it and might have gone overboard a little bit on the banana peppers with the juice because it did have a little bit of a twang to it, but it was good. So then I clean up and you'll see the final product.
Don't put it on the floor.